with you, just for the purpose of getting us to the point where, how much time do we have? Okay, an hour. So let's see.
The target is 134.
Over here?
Yeah.
Okay.
The target 134.
Okay.
You'll see on the
Sandesh,
So
the last update, it's not my last 4 digits. You want to put 20/24? That gives the whole 256 inch.
Open one system on that network. I have Windows system open, so we just can do some sensitive with this IP. Why is your IP address
So what I'm doing here, I'm just doing a,
any open
this is not what I want though, but
Everybody has
why everybody has to
No, that's because
okay, so if this is on NAT, do you have any other virtual boxes running on? The only Kali issue, right? And if you type if config, what is it? Oh, yes,
this is 102.
So what is CIDR? Classless.
This is
yes, yeah.
It says classless interdomain routing.
So remember what we're talking about in doing the Nmap? I did a /24. That's in CIDR notation. So what is CIDR? This is how I find out.
classless internet domain routing.
Classless interdomain routing.
Okay.
So the reason I'm coming back here is because when I did that Nmap command, there was an IP address, a network address /24, right? I assumed that we all knew what it was. But I think it's good to take a step back and say, so what is really that /24? What does it do for me, right? It was shown in the CIDR notation. So one of the gentlemen asked me, what is CIDR? I don't keep these things in my head, so I just Google it. It's a classless interdomain routing. So it's a way of representing an IP address and a net mask where you don't have to write a whole bunch of stuff. You can just say an IP address /22, 24, /8, whatever it is. And then you can do all your calculations based on that. Does it make sense? So I'll leave this with you. You can always go back and do some more reading on it. And then if you have any questions next week, we can
But
go
what
over
is
it.
classless? More classless means
Classless, you see, there's a Class A network,
Okay.
Class B, and a Class C. Class A would be a 10 dot something, and it has a net mask of 255.0.0.0, right? So .0.0.0 is 2 to the power what?
0.003. I mean,
Okay. 255.255.255.0, how many networks are in that, how many IP addresses are in that network? 2 to the power 8. Right? So if it's 255.0.0.0, each of those is 8 bits, right? So it's 8 times 3 is 2 to the power 24. That's how many IPs are in that network.
it doesn't match.
Yeah. So what used to happen was when the whole internet came out, this was maybe early 90s for some of us, or late 80s. The really big companies went out for Class A networks. And then, if you're a small company with a few people, you could get a Class C network. Very soon, a lot of us ran out of those IP address spaces. But that's where your Class A, Class B, Class C came in. With this notation, they said it's a classless. So they are not thinking about it based on classes. but they're thinking about it based on what? Net mask. Because I'm not going to give you an IP address and say it's only in a class A. I can give you based on what you need. So I can give you an IP address and say it's a /30. /30 means, or maybe not, /30 is too small. /28. How many networks can you have with a /28 network?
/28. How many ports are going to be there in /28?
/24 has 8 bits, right? /16 has what? 16 bits.
Yes.
/28 has what? 4 bits.
28?
2 to the 4 is what? 16.
Yeah.
One for network, one for broadcast. So you have 14 IP addresses. So I would say, spend a little bit of time on how the whole address space works. And that's why it's classless, right? You can.
It'll be great if you can spend some time on that.
Me?
Especially IPv4 versus IPv6, how the SIPs work.
I won't even talk about IPv6. That's a whole different beast. All right. Is everyone okay on how we came up with this /24 and how all that stuff is working? Any questions? And then they have all kinds of utility tools out there which will give you information on I don't know if this one is calculating it properly. Let me see. No, I don't want that. I want /28. Okay. So remember I said if you have a /28, you have 2 to the power what? 2 to the power 4. 2 to the power 4 is what? 16.
Yeah.
Right? And if you look up here, the IP addresses go from what? .0 to .15. So it's 16 IP addresses. IPv4 has 32 bits. 8.8.8.8. 8 bits in a dot, 8 bits in a dot, 8 bits in a dot, 8 bits in a dot. So when someone says it's a 28-bit network, you subtract 28 from 32 and you get 4. 2 to the power 4 is what? 16. One for network, one for broadcast, you have 14 IP addresses. But that's a different class for a different time.
Correct.
Is that okay?
So what does net mask actually does?
So let me go, what do you say? The net mask?
Yeah.
That one I need a board to illustrate. It does exclusive ORing with the IP address to determine what the real IP address is.
Okay. Exclusive
Let me think about it. Wait a minute.
Because they're very different, for the CDRC idea range.
Yeah, in the computer technology, almost everything we do under the covers are exclusive ORing. Even when you're exclusive ORing means if it's 1 and it's a 1, then it's a 0. If it's a 0 and it's a 1, then it's a 1. It's a 1 and a 0, it's a... these topics start getting a little bit boring because they go a little bit too deep, right? So...
Show them one exploit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get to that, but...
Just stopping you.
No, these questions are legitimate because
You have to go to the basic.
the fundamentals are always required. Otherwise, it doesn't make too much sense. So in here, we said we're going to scan this network, right? 192.168.111.0/24. And that's how all of this came about. /24 is your CIDR notation of how that IPS is represented. So it goes through, it scans all those IP addresses to see what's out there. Let's see. Then they find something on .134. So I found an IP address 134, a host IP address 134, and these are all the ports that are open on it, right? These are all the ports that are open on it. So what is port 80 used for? Port 21?
FTP.
Okay, so that part is there. Okay. So I know which host I'm going to attack. I can do so I can say set my R hosts to be one 192.168.111.134, right? So that's the host I'm going to attack. I can also do a search for, I want to see what type of exploits are there. So it shows me all the different exploits that are in that database. And these are all different exploits that I can use, right?
Okay, cool. So these are the exploits in the database.
Metasploits. Metasploit has a database.
Yeah.
It's got exploits, it's got vulnerabilities, it's got all kinds of information in there. Finding information is quite a bit of work. Understanding what information does takes practice. And a lot of it you can look up online, see what other people are doing, just pick it up.
Okay, so what you're trying to do now is you identify the host, right?
Yes.
And are you trying to get to this database through that host?
No, I'm trying to take over that host. I'm
Okay.
trying to take ownership of that host.
The moment when you run an Nmap, any company's security detects it automatically. So how can you even run this command unless it's you do a certified ethical hacking or something? Anybody, the moment you run your firewall or something detects the command.
They don't detect it the moment you run it.
It's right now happening for him at an enterprise level.
Is that?
He's running in a virtual box, but his
No.
There is one Windows system which is running.
The fact that it's detected
In the same domain.
means it's the way you run it.
This is one or two.
If you run it slow enough, the systems cannot catch it.
Oh.
If you just run Nmap without knowing how to run it, yes, you're gonna get caught. You have to know what you need to run, how you need to run it, and from where you need to run it.
He didn't show
You
us.
don't just get up and start attacking.
He didn't show us.
What?
His company's laptop right now is it's blocking.
It's blocking what?
It's blocking it out.
So what is
Are you VPN into your company?
He's on VM. He's not.
How do you?
Even though it's in the box, virtual box. It's set as right.
Then it shouldn't get to be, shouldn't get to be that way.
Depending on his network card, whether it's set
Yeah.
Yeah, he has installed.
He's supposed to.
He wrote, right? Metasploit.
He's okay.
On.